This is Hayden from S8CTV. Today I'm very lucky to be joined here in Newcastle for the first time by Mccallum. Matt, how are you doing today?
I'm champion. How's yourself?
Doing brilliant, thank you. So obviously, on Friday night we've got a massive fight up here in the northeast. You'll be taking on Niall Brown. How did this fight all sort of come about for yourself?
We got offered the fight and snapped it up with both hands. It's a massive opportunity on Channel 5. Huge undercard on Josh Kelly main event. I'll be very silly to say no.
Obviously, with Niall, he's a good fighter, 14-0. He's got an impressive record. Apart from that, how much do you sort of know about him?
I know he's been built up very slowly. Had a lot of 4-rounders, 6-rounders. This is his second date. So, they're taking their time with him, so he's getting a lot of experience. But I've got a lot of different experience. I boxed for my first title in my 5th pro fight. I'm a seasoned 10-round fighter now, so I know. I feel like I've got that experience, in the longer rounds, and I feel like it's got the makings for a really, really good fight.
With that experience that you've got, how much of a difference do you think that'll make come Friday night against somebody like Niall Brown?
Well, I truly believe he's untested. He's kind of had it all his own way from what I've seen, so it's now going to change. It's going to be my way. And listen, a good fighter will always find a way to win, but. I'm very, very, very confident, otherwise I wouldn't have taken the fight.
Obviously, being from Newcastle yourself, a big fight in the Newcastle arena. What does that sort of mean to you to be on that arena on a massive card like this?
Yeah, it's everything. I've got a lot of friends and family coming. There's a lot of people there who have bought tickets off other people, but they know me, and yeah, it's my hometown. I'll have that home crowd support. And I'm used to, I fought away a few times, but any atmosphere, any type of crowd, whether they're booing or cheering, I use that energy and I channel it, onto my opponent.
Obviously, with that being up in the northeast, like we say, massive platform on Channel 5, Wasserman Boxing. Win here would be definitely a very big statement in your career. What would a win sort of mean to you, come Friday night?
It's everything that I live and breathe the sport, and I only want these big fights, I only want these big fights, so this win, pushes me right onto those titles again, these bigger titles. I'm ready for the English, ready for the British. I know they're tied up, but I've got to get past Niall Brown no matter what on Friday night, and I truly believe I will.
Where do you think a win over Niall puts you domestically instead for those title fights?
Well, if you go off BoxRec, Niall's ranked 12th, I believe, so I've surely got to take his ranking. I've won two area titles, non-area titles at 2 different weights, so it's got to push me right up there and put me certainly in line for a big domestic title, or some other type of title. But none of that happens until I get that win on Friday.
Definitely. On Friday night, what's your prediction for your fight against Niall?
A win, a big win. A big statement win. Listen, it's not going to be easy. He's a very good kid. We've studied him very hard, very technical. But I truly believe I've got everything it takes to beat Niall Brown.
Last one from me, Matt. Obviously, we know how important sponsors are in boxing. You got any sponsors you want to thank? Anything you want to promote whilst you're here?
Yeah, Skyline Loft Conversions, Athletes Moore Flying School, the Body Repair Clinic. I wouldn't be able to do it without these big sponsors. Jigsaw Recovery Project. Big shout out to my gym, all my coaches, Matty Jobs, John Slaughter, Jack Cook. I wouldn't be able to do anything without these people. And obviously my friends, my family, my beautiful girlfriend who support me. I love you all.
Definitely, Matt. Thank you very much for your time, mate. Thank you. Cheers.